Today at 3, what we're learning about two people shot in Corbin in critical condition at UK Hospital this afternoon. Plus, a 10-year-old shot and killed in Lexington last February will be memorialized. We'll tell you about a dedication happening tonight. And how a patient at Kentucky Children's Hospital is kicking off a yearly event with Dairy Queen, benefiting countless other patients.
I'm Chief Meteorologist T.J. Shuck. Another nice day on this Wednesday. Sure, it's warm, but temperatures right around average for this time of the year. Humidity levels still manageable, but those are going to creep up, and our storm chances will pick up as well. Your Storm Team forecast is on the way.
You're watching Good Afternoon Kentucky with Erica Bivens and T.G. Shuck. ABC 36 on your side.
Good afternoon, Kentucky. I'm Erica Bivens. Thanks for joining us. We begin with a shooting in Corbin. Two people taken to UK Hospital in Lexington, now reportedly in critical condition. And our top story today at 3, that's where we find ABC 36's Sydney St. Clair live with the very latest. Sydney?
Yeah, that's right, Erica. Now we're learning new details this afternoon. Corbin police have identified those two victims who are currently at the UK hospital here in Lexington. Those two people have been identified as 42-year-old Stuart Peace and 41-year-old Misty Peace. Corbin police tell us they got a call yesterday afternoon around 5:30 about gunshots in the area of 5th Street and Scuffletown Road. When officers arrived, they found a black Chevy Equinox in the ditch and two people in the nearby wooded area. Police say both were shot. They were then airlifted to the UK Medical Center and are still listed in critical condition. Police have not released any suspect information at this time or any details as to what may have led up to this shooting. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. For now, live in Lexington, Sydney St. Clair, ABC 36 on your side.
Now to an ABC 36 update. Another minor has been arrested in connection to a murder investigation in McCreary County. Kentucky State Police says troopers responded to a report of a shooting outside a home on Wagon Ridge Road on Sunday evening around 7. Investigators say there was an argument between two men, and 36-year-old Robert Lowe Jr. of Stearns was shot and killed in his vehicle. Two minors are now charged with murder. Both were booked in the Adair County Youth Development Center. Talk some weather now. We've got our Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shuck in the house with us. Another nice summer day out there by all accounts.
Yeah, we're creeping toward that 90-degree mark, Erica, but the good news is the humidity levels are still manageable for the time being. That's going to change, though, as we roll into the late week and the upcoming weekend. Max 8C radar and satellite, a few fair weather clouds you see off to the north of the I-70 corridor, closer to that boundary. A few scattered showers and storms. I could see maybe a little bit more moisture in the air, looking off in the distance with our Bluegrass Pace Care Sky VHC camera network. Hicks and Funson Camwood 87. That southwest wind picking up a bit, but notice dew point's still fairly low, mid 80s, upper 80s here in the Bluegrass, and then there are the dew points, low 60s, a little higher than yesterday, but still compared to what we've got down to the southwest. You notice western Tennessee, far western Kentucky, upper 60s and low 70s. That's the muggy air and the tropical-like feel, and you can see the difference here. It's 87 here in Lexington, and it feels like 87, but you get back here to the west, 89 in Paducah, feels like 96, 90 in Jackson, Tennessee, and feels like 100. And even though we've got the storm chances in play tomorrow, we could see some heat indices rolling in here tomorrow. But here in the short term, outdoor dining, a little bit muggy deeper in the evening, but really I think another pretty good one overall. Fair skies, temperatures in the 80s. With the moisture returning, more humidity tonight, and with the possibility of maybe an isolated storm, I really think the better chance will be sometime tomorrow. Again, the timing and location of these clusters of storms, that is still to be determined, always tricky in this type of pattern, but we could actually make a run into the upper 80s after starting out in the low 70s. And yeah, you add the humidity to it, and those heat indices could be mid to upper 90s tomorrow. So welcome back to summer. I'll tell you more about it in your 7-8 coming up.
In Boyle County, we're learning about a man's death at an industrial plant this morning. The Boyle County coroner says 75-year-old Edwin Hamilton was delivering industrial metal to Denyo Manufacturing in Danville around 10 this morning when a piece of metal fell on him while he was outside of his vehicle. crushing him. The Washington County man died. The cause of that incident remains under investigation. Hamilton's body has been taken to Frankfort for an autopsy. A Lexington man has been arrested in connection to a road rage incident last night. Police say officers responded to a crash around 8:30 in the 1000 block of Cross Keys Road. Police say a man became violent and had to be tased. The Fayette County Detention Center says Stephen Aubie was arrested and is now charged with driving under the influence, assault, resisting arrest, menacing, and harassment. Happening tonight in Lexington, a bench dedication in honor of a 10-year-old killed in a shooting last year. ABC 36's Anna Medina joins us with more on the importance of the event. Anna?
Landon Hayes was the victim of a murder-suicide in February of last year. The 10-year-old's death rocked the community. Now, it happened on Coral Street when Hayes was shot and killed. But tonight isn't about that tragedy. It's about remembering Hayes, a boy whose life was taken far too soon. The dedication will be happening at 7 tonight at Northeastern Park in Lexington. That's located at 140 Eastern Avenue. Councilmember Tanya Fogel talked to ABC 36 this afternoon about its importance.
We have waited for this day to come. Hopefully it's a beginning of trauma relief and healing for the city of Lexington, but especially for the 1st District.
Landon's Aunt Tracy Hughes says, quote, "He's affected so many people. People that knew him just loved him. He was the child that everybody knew. Everybody knew Landon, and they knew who his parents were. He's going to be terribly missed," end quote. Now, we'll continue to have more information from the bench dedication coming up tonight at 5. For now, Anna Medina, ABC 36 on your side.
Well, now to a yearly event that benefits Kentucky Children's Hospital and the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. And there was a kickoff event today in Lexington. And to help start it was 9-year-old Lucy Bruggeman. Lucy was a patient at Kentucky Children's Hospital after she became sick with a post-COVID-19 illness. Her parents tell ABC 36 how scary it was, but also how they were well taken care of at Kentucky Children's Hospital. They say they hope this event helps other families just like theirs. Plus, Lucy shares why she thinks people should go to Dairy Queen.
To help raise money for Kentucky Children's Hospital and to get good ice cream.
Lucy says she hopes to raise awareness for the upcoming Miracle Treat Day so that every child can receive the same treatment as her. So on July 26, $1 from every Blizzard sold at Dairy Queen will go directly to support Kentucky Children's Hospital. Well, still ahead, Kentucky's Hank the Horse is joining us outside this time as we take a look back at his grassroots efforts to promote literacy. We'll also tell you what's next. Plus, President Biden today reaffirming our commitment to Ukraine. We'll have more on his speech today following that 2-day NATO summit in Lithuania. President Biden and G7 leaders meeting with Ukraine's president today at the NATO summit in Lithuania. The leaders unveiling a substantial show of support for Ukraine, offering a joint declaration of support aimed at bolstering the war-torn country's military capability. Now, there had been concerns that Ukrainian frustration at not being admitted to NATO would overshadow the summit. The security guarantees and assures that Ukraine's future lies in NATO appeared to calm those worries. Biden acknowledged the alliance did not invite Ukraine to membership during the summit as it works on necessary reforms. However, he specified, quote, "We're not waiting on that process to be finished to boost the country's security."
We will not waver. We will not waver. I mean that. Our commitment to Ukraine will not weaken. We will stand for liberty and freedom today, tomorrow, and for as long as it takes.
And Biden has emphasized Ukraine is not ready to enter NATO, saying Russia's war in Ukraine needs to end before the alliance can consider granting membership. Well, after the break, we'll catch up with Hank the Horse and his mom Tammy on their recent literacy and outreach efforts. We'll also tell you what's in the works at the farm. That's right after this. Good afternoon, Kentucky. I'm Erica Bivens. Thanks for joining us back here in studio. Well, some inspirational ladies from Lexington are in Pittsburgh this week competing in a national senior competition. Now, they've been training for nearly a year, and this week, all of that hard work pays off. ABC 36's Justin Walker joins us with all the details in our top story this half hour. Justin?
Yeah, Erica, what an inspirational group this is behind me. Caroline Holmes, Joe Gothrup, Jeanette Kofel, and Beverly Coleman are all between the ages of 65 and 89 years old. They're all pictured right here behind me, and we spoke with them today as they're competing in this year's National Senior Games. They're running 5Ks, 1,500-meter races, and several more. In fact, 89-year-old Caroline Holmes won a bronze this week in her race. The women also have the chance to represent Kentucky during the Pittsburgh Pirates baseball game this Friday. They're not only representing Kentucky, though, but also their local fitness facility, Stronger Life, which supports the 55 and older age group. It offers group classes and individual training, all with the goal of helping that age group accomplish things they never thought possible.
It's a wonderful feeling. And you see ages, 55 and up. And so, here we are, a spread of 89 now, 89 to 68, and we're all friends. And who would have thought that a year ago when we first started? Never would have thought that. But here we are. It's a wonderful feeling.
Now, coming up at 5, hear what it means to their coaches and how they hope to inspire people back home in Kentucky through all of this. For now, Justin Walker, ABC 36 on your side.
What a sweet story. And now for our senior forecast.
See? Don't even do that.
He was going on and on during that story.
I'm not even going to acknowledge that. Let's just move along, talk about this nice weather. Yeah. Everybody's a comedian in here, right? Well, we can laugh and smile and all that good stuff because we got some nice weather out there. Sure, it's warm.
We turn now to the latest on the severe weather impacting millions across the country. More flooding in the Northeast Tuesday, including in Vermont, where water rescues were needed after the torrential rains. Today, residents are assessing the damage. Meantime, 80 million people from Florida to California continue to be under heat alerts. Rena Roy has more.
Search and rescue efforts still underway in Vermont. Water crews rushing to save lives after catastrophic flooding from torrential rain. Some residents trapped, more than 100 people rescued, roadways wiped out, homes destroyed.
We can't get to our house. The road's totally gone.
Officials in the capital city saying it's still too dangerous to get some people out.
The devastation and flooding we're experiencing across Vermont is historic and catastrophic.
Kevin and Mary O'Donnell evacuated their home, checking into a hotel, only for the floodwaters to rise there.
Swift Water Rescue were going up and down asking people if they need to leave. They came back and said, "You want to leave now? We'll come get you." So we decided to get out of there.
The waters have begun receding. Meanwhile, extreme heat scorching millions of Americans. Phoenix now in its 12th straight day of temperatures at or above 110 degrees.
It sneaks up on you, so trying to be prepared and stay hydrated before it gets to that point.
The intense temperatures also hitting the south from Texas to Florida.
It's hot, man. It's quite hot.
Meanwhile, back here in the Northeast, even more rain is expected Thursday, which will likely impact some of the same areas that have already been hit hard. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Well, now to a death investigation in Lexington. The Fayette County Coroner's Office says a woman was found dead in her apartment this morning on St. Michael Drive. Her cause of death is pending an autopsy, but the coroner says she had injuries which were inflicted by someone else. Police say they are investigating this as a homicide. That woman has now been identified as 68-year-old Beverly Keysucker. No information